Hey, how's it going?
Hey, there we go. Now I should be able to share my screen. And I don't want that one. So let's do that again. I have to share this one. I haven't tested Twitch since the last time we tried it. My guess is that that last setting is the one that will do it. But I should do a test run. I'll do a test run probably like on Wednesday or something.
So the whole of the first 3 weeks are going to be on the module 1 stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay, I did read that correctly. I was panicking. I'm like, we
Oh,
got to go through all of this in a week?
no. Do you want the faculty coupon or the student coupon, Jeremy?
Oh, shit. For NCL?
For GCP.
Oh, I will take the faculty coupon.
So
I might be a bit behind on that one, honestly.
There you go. I just sent you.
Because, yeah, I realized that I was a bit preemptive about the class stuff. So I already got both my VMs up and running.
Okay. That's fine.
It's second nature to me at this point, you know?
Right. That's good. That's a good thing. We're ready to rumble. And it is 5:30 long. Record on this computer. All right. So welcome to CIS 76. It's called ethical hacking, but I'm renaming it to penetration testing because apparently ethical hacking now has a negative connotation. And if you're stuck at any point, you are able to see right below the class that comes before it and follow along with it. But you can kind of see how it's supposed to be done, but everybody does it in different ways and it's all fine. If you are looking at it from my site, it is the exact copy as the one in Cabrillo. The only difference is the orientation module. Cabrillo has me add extra things to meet their compliance, whereas mine is nice and short. We have the books we'll be using. I clicked on the prerequisite knowledge, not on the books. There you go. We're using the Pen Test Plus book, and we're using the Operator Handbook, which is a compilation of the red team, blue team, Hashcat books all together. Pretty neat little book and cheap and very, very useful. If you are here, you have made it already to our Discord server. That is where all the conversations will happen, all the coordination and collaboration amongst the class. That's exactly where it will happen. If you've never used Discord before, let me just briefly do a little walkthrough. You have the general channel where anybody can talk to anybody who's in our entire community of classes. You have the rules. You have the news, which is a copy of everything I tweet. You have the general voice channel that you can use to talk to anybody in our server. Specifically to our class, there is the text channel. There's a live stream channel where you can write questions here as well. Any links that I throw out during the lecture portions will go here, and a voice channel for specifically our class. So you can do at and then message somebody specifically who's here, or at the group like CIS 76. Your list will look different from mine because I can see everybody. But feel free to use this as your place of collaboration and discussion with your peers. That's why we're using it. That's why we have it for you. The course in general will run the full 16 weeks of a standard college semester. The big item I want to point out, and I'll reiterate again at the end, is the due until dates and the due dates. I do have a set due date for all the assignments, but this is not set in stone. If and when life happens and you are unable to submit an assignment on time, do not fret, do not worry. As long as you submit your work before this day and time, December 16, 11:59, you can submit and get full credit. I do not minimize credit for late work because I understand life happens. So I am not going to punish you because life happens. You have your due dates, so you have that set. But if and when life happens, it's perfectly fine to submit all the way up to December 16 without penalty. We have a number of items that you'll need to watch over in the events. For example, there's the National Cyber League, a $35 payment that you'll need to make in order to play NCL. Once you do make that payment, you're able to join my class on NCL so I can see your progress and give you a grade. There's both the individual and team game. So amongst the Discord server in CIS 76, you'll need to create teams to participate in NCL. There is a final project at the end of the course, and you will have to attend Pacific Hackers and OWASP. Both of these do online trainings every month, so you'll need to attend and write a little blurb about what you learned about their training. Besides the events that happen that are happening throughout the semester, besides the collaboration on Discord and your general overview of the class, which the entire thing will be occurring through Canvas. We'll use Zoom as our main means of communication. Everything gets recorded and posted on YouTube. Is there any question about the general work or how the class functions? Okay. Let me stop this and double click to convert. Let's hope that this works this time. Yes, cool. So I'm going to turn this into small little videos so that if you need to go back, you can go to a specific video rather than seeing the whole thing and trying to find where is what. And that always takes a little bit. Because it has to convert it on my system. Then I have to upload it to YouTube. And then it'll be ready. And I'm making playlists for you so that it's easy to search and find.
So Irvin, I had a quick question.
Yes.
So I saw that there's some Splunk stuff on there. Is that like taking that? I know in CIS 75.
So if you, and I'll mention that when we get there.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah.
No problem. Still waiting for the thing to convert. Cool, and then I'll upload this. And we'll say week 1 orientation. And we want to put this in 76. No, it's not for kids. Public, publish. Cool. New share of this guy. %70 uploaded, yay. So this will give us breaks throughout the class, or yeah, throughout the lecture portion. Cool, so that's done, and I can delete these, and we can proceed. Okay, so module 1 is going to cover the fundamentals. Rather than spending time talking about it, I want to get you guys into hands-on practice and ensuring that you have what you need before we go forward into Pentest Plus. So the big note I have here is I'm saying you have up to 3 weeks, but my rule of late work applies if it just so happens that you are unable to complete the assignment, complete everything in the 3 weeks. Do not fret, do not worry, just complete it when you do, submit when you're done, and you'll get the credit. The first thing that you will need to do is to create your machines on the cloud. I am choosing the cloud only because it's easier to set up systems and manage it without you having to have a system that can do virtualization. Now, if you want to do things locally, go for it. I have no problem you doing things locally. I have all the instructions if you want to do everything on the cloud, so you don't have to do any local installs or any local setups and deal with any of that. So you can follow my instructions to get started. And then you'll create a Windows VM following the same instructions. And you have a question down at the end to answer. And then you'll set up a Linux VM. So you'll need to do those things, create a GCP account and install a Windows and Linux system following these instructions. If you want to go local, like I said, go for it. If you want to go cloud-based, I have credits for you. All I need to know from you is that you need it, and I will give you a coupon code that you can use so that you don't have to use a credit card and still get access to the cloud infrastructure to do all the work. When you have these systems up and running, you can proceed to the assignment for the next 3 weeks. What you'll need to do is to provide proof of completion. So if you already completed something, like for example, if you've already completed Splunk Fundamentals 1 and you have that PDF, you submit that. So that's 1 down. That's 1 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. So the 4 or the 5 items that I'm going to have you do before we get started into the pen test plus content is Kali Linux Revealed, which is a very simple class that covers how to use Kali Linux itself. Not so much the tools, but the infrastructure, the operating system that the tools use. This is there is a actual certification that you can get based on this. So number one, that's cool. And number two, you'll need to use that knowledge when we start creating our attack machines. So you'll go through all these items, and at the end, you'll have a bunch of green check marks. So you just submit a screenshot of you completing going through this. There's Metasploit Unleashed, which again is the same thing. It's a free course that you can take that'll cover how to use Metasploit. So as you go through it, you take screenshots of your work to prove you've taken and you've completed going through all this. I am not going to go through and nitpick everything. You missed this one item. This is really for your edification because we're building from this knowledge to do the penetration testing. Next item will be Nessus. You will need to sign in to Nessus, and I'll show you which item you'll need to do. Log into Tenable University. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. It is this one, the Nessus Certificate of Proficiency. You'll self-enroll into this course. You'll complete all their little modules. And again, there's little check marks to show that. There is a test that you take. And at the end, you get a PDF when you've succeeded. That's the PDF you would submit. Same thing with Splunk. You take the course. At the end, you take a test. When you complete it, you'll get a PDF saying you completed. That's what you submit to me. And lastly, you have the Shodan book. I purchased the book for you, and I provided it here as PDF. You are welcome to go to leanpub.com/Shodan and give them some money to support them. But you read through the book, do some of the exercises. There are some that require payment to Shodan. You can skip those if you'd like, or purchase a license to use their API. Shodan is a really awesome tool. It is one that is used to find things like insecure cameras or what are those called? The Synology systems that are online that have a weak password or have no password, all that kind of stuff. So you might want to get a membership and be able to use the tool yourself, but that's up to you. So you'll knock out those 5 items and you'll work together, because this is not meant to be done by yourself. That's why we have the Discord where you can talk with one another to help each other out through all these items. And when you complete everything, that's what you submit in the assignment submission. I feel like I'm forgetting an important item. Later on, we're gonna get into Try Hack Me, and you may want to purchase a subscription for that. But I think for the next 3 weeks, you don't need to worry about that. You'll be fine not doing that and just focusing yourself and working together to get through all 5 items and submitting the completion of all 5 items into the assignment submission. Which again, you where is this one? Which again, for those of you who are signed up to Cabrillo, you have the due date of September 20th. But if life happens and you're unable to complete all 5 It's perfectly fine. You submit it when you can. As long as you submit it before December 16, 11:59, you'll be perfectly fine and not lose any credit. Are there any questions on what we will be doing for the next 3 weeks?
Hi. Yeah, I have a point of clarification. You say we're going to be working together. Now, we
Yeah.
can't sit around table. Do you suggest we each work on them assignments as much as we can separately and then email each other or get a discussion group? Or do you suggest we open up a video meeting of Zoom or some sort and hash it out? Or
So you can use Discord. In Discord, I put a voice channel where you can do that, where you can share screen if you need to, or you can voice chat with one another. It is this. Oops, I need to disconnect, otherwise I'm going to make a loop. This one, the end, this voice right here. In there, you'll be able to share screen and talk within one another.
But you'd recommend doing it live rather than just emailing each other
You could do both.
back and forth. Okay.
You could do both. You could work it on your own, and then when you get stuck on something, you go into CIS 76 text and you say, hey guys, I am stuck on X, Y, and Z. Could you help me out? And I will answer, or someone in the class will answer, and we'll work together through the items. This isn't we're just meeting this time and then we're abandoning each other for 3 weeks and then we come back. We're still connected with each other. But I wanted to take the first 3 weeks to ensure that everybody has the fundamentals down of these specific tools, because in the tests, what CompTIA is doing is they'll present you with a question with an excerpt from a tool, and you'll need to be able to read that excerpt and be able to know what they're saying to answer their questions. So I'm going about this way so that you have that hands-on experience and knowledge before we enter into the textbook.
Okay.
Because our focus for this class is passing the Pen Test Plus and being able to actually do the work in real life, not just passing a test, but being able to do what we say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, feel free to use the Discord to ask questions, to ask for help, to get clarification. That's why it's there. That's why we're building this community. Other questions?
All right, I'll ask another one.
Yeah.
This is a lame question, but I missed the first few minutes because I'm dealing with a new system here, and I just want to make sure I caught everything. I got we went over the 5 or the 4 modules there, 5 modules there, or 5 sections of module 1. Other important information you might have given in the first few minutes?
Other than how to use Discord, I did a little orientation video.
Okay,
that is on YouTube that you can see.
Saw it.
That's pretty much it, because I just went over the orientation module, the events, and then I started this video for this section.
Okay, and what are the events?
The events are like National Cyber League, a final project, and attending Pacific Hackers and OWASP.
Okay, cool.
Other questions? And again, if you don't have a question now, but you come up with one later, you can ask away in our Discord server.
Cool. It looks like Discord looks like it functions similar to Slack. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
It very much functions just like Slack.
Okay. how many people are enrolled? I see 10 people here. How many do we have?
There are more than 10 enrolled.
Okay.
I don't know the number off the top of my head.
All right.
Oh, if anybody needs a access code, send me a direct message on Discord
Access code to,
to the course in
All
case
right.
you're signing up through Cabrillo. And
yeah,
I know at this point you have to get an access code in order to get into the class. So if you don't have one and need one, let me know.
yeah, thanks.
Otherwise, I think we covered everything that we need to get oriented and get started in our course. So if there are no other questions, I will stop the recording.
Great. Do we need, you mentioned about the hardware. Do we need to, I just want to say if we need to keep the same hardware, but I guess if we work our cloud system right, we can switch around.
Correct. You don't
Don't have the-
necessarily need a machine that can do virtualization. You can do it all within the cloud,
Right.
which all you need would be a Chromebook. So anything better than a Chromebook can do the job.
Right.
Cool.
Cool.
So then I'll hit this. And yeah, feel free to ask questions away on Discord. I think this will be a very fun class where we'll have a lot of hands-on stuff to do. As you can already see, we have 3 weeks to cover these items, which is all hands-on stuff. So this will be fun.
It's exciting.
So I will do this and I will stop.